Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone at tarothealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. This is your weekly reading. It's for Aries. And I'm going to be using the Shadowscapes Tarot. This is for the week beginning the 19th of July through to the 24th of July. So let's see what shows up for you. Your first card is the Ace of Cups with the Three of Swords with the Seven of Cups. And the card underneath is the Page of Wands. So what I see with your cards is basically the Ace of Cups is saying, is when you love something. It can be love of a child, love of a job, love of another person romantically, any form of love, relationship, connection, all that kind of great stuff. Now, the Three of Swords is when there is a heartbreak, a separation. So this could be a separation from a partner. This could be when something doesn't go the way you want it to, because it's almost like the Ace of Cups can represent an overwhelming feeling of emotion, of happiness. And so it's like when you're in that state, you can feel like nothing can go wrong. It's almost like when you first are in love with somebody, or first realize you're in love with a person, and it's almost like that person can't do no wrong almost in your eyes, and you just feel engrossed into that person. And it's like when you're in that space and when you feel all those emotions, it's difficult when sometimes the reality hits that, okay, when things don't work out or when things becomes difficult and all that kind of stuff, it can make you start to see things in a very different way. So the Three of Swords could be saying that maybe there is a separation of a love relationship. Maybe there is a separation of something that you felt very passionate about, something that you was drawn to. And so the Seven of Cups is kind of saying that you may be in a position thereafter where you want to move on to the next. Like maybe after this separation, you want to think, okay, what is the next thing I want to do? What is the next, where do I go from here? What do I do now? But I kind of feel like some of you guys already have a plan of what you're going to do after a separation. So I don't feel like it's so much of a question. I feel like So I kind of feel for some of you guys, it could be that maybe you and this person just were going in, the relationship was going in two different directions. You wanted certain things and he wanted something else, and maybe that's kind of what separated the two of you. But then I think at the same time it could also be saying that maybe after a separation you move out, or you decide to move on to something different, something else thereafter. That's kind of what I'm feeling. But however it all comes together, the Seven of Cups is just saying that make sure whatever you do, you're facing the reality of it all. Sometimes with that card it can represent even illusions. So I don't know if it's kind of saying don't delude yourself. Like, don't think like, oh, like let's say a relationship or something is over and you're like, oh, but they will come back, like they're gonna come back, kind of thing. Sort of things that we tell ourselves that may not actually happen. um, so it's kind of saying that if that's the case, it's just like leave it alone, just accept what this the situation as it is. Even if it's really tough, you know we have to just come to a point where we're like, okay, this is the reality. And so we know what to do from there on, that point onwards. um the good thing about everything that is going on in these cards is at the bottom is the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands is kind of like saying that you can kind of move into something else. It's like you have to still keep your sense of wonder about you, and sense of adventure, and wanting to experience different things and learn other things. So know that any disappointments that come your way, it is leaving space for you to explore something else and do something else. So um I feel like even if there was a bit of upset initially, that your happiness can come back. And I think your happiness comes back when you kind of you look at things not from a complicated standpoint, but a more simple and straightforward standpoint. Like maybe a separation actually allows for you to be free. Maybe you weren't free previously when you were in a commitment. Maybe you wasn't able to do the things you really wanted to do. Maybe for some of you guys, you might have been with somebody that either wanted certain things their way. Maybe you even felt hindered by somebody else in some kind of way, and it kind of allows you to have some freedom into, okay, what your next decision is going to be. But whatever it is, I feel like it's going to usher in some form of happiness for you. So peace and many blessings to you, Aries. I'll be seeing you. Bye.